Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to present the Robert F. Kennedy Ripple of Hope Award to Wendy Abrams.
Wow. Okay. To say I'm humbled and honored is not only cliche, but a bit of an understatement. I'm really out of my comfort zone, but bear with me. I'm here because I believe in the mission of RFK Human Rights and have so much admiration for Carrie and the work she does. And when she asked me to be here, like she asked all of you, I couldn't say no, because nobody can say no to Carrie. And quite frankly, nobody wants to say no to Carrie, because she's not asking for herself. She's asking us to make the world a better place, a more humane place, a more just place. I had the privilege of joining Carrie and the incredible RFK team on the trips to rural Mexico, to Haiti, the Dominican Republic, to South Africa. I witnessed the extraordinary efforts for her and the team to give voice to the voiceless. The work is not glamorous, it's not easy. Trust me, I spent 17 hours in the back of a pickup truck with Carrie and Michaela, driving to Guerrero, Mexico on a bumpy dirt road, but that was the easy part. Watching Carrie speak truth to power was truly inspiring. I also want to applaud Glenn Tolman for your generosity and civic engagement. And J.K. Rowling, not only have your words delighted children around the world, but even more, your work with the Loomis Foundation creates real magic in transforming the lives of children. And Speaker Pelosi, thank you. Thank you for fighting for the preservation of democracy, for children's rights, for human rights, for environmental justice. Our nation is far better off because of you. And I also just want to say how much I admire your rare combination of brilliance and strength and compassion. You exemplify why women should be running the world. I also want to acknowledge my family and friends who are here, in particular my parents, who are the most selfless individuals on the planet, and I am so blessed. And Jimmy, my partner, of the many wonderful things I can say about you, you have helped shape our children to be the wonderful people that they have become. And David, Emily, Katie, and Jake, you are the reasons that I set off on this journey of activism 2 decades ago. I didn't set out to become an activist or an environmentalist. In fact, I didn't really think this was my issue. I thought that somebody else would handle it. The government, the Sierra Club, the scientists. Global warming wasn't something that I had to worry about. But one day I read an article that really changed the way I thought about this, and it portrayed a scenario where within the next century, life on Earth could be uninhabitable. And I thought to myself, the next century, my children are just born, and God willing, they will live 99 of the next 100 years. And suddenly, it didn't matter that I wasn't a scientist or I wasn't an elected official. This was something that I needed to care about. This was going to be the defining issue of my children's lifetime. There's a quote that kind of sums this up. I think Lily Tomlin said this, and she said, I always thought that somebody should do something about that. And then I realized I am somebody. So I went on this path, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I figured the best thing to do when you don't know what you're doing is to find people who do. So I found some incredible people. One has a Nobel Prize. One worked in the White House for 2 administrations. And one was named the Hero of the Planet by Time magazine. Michael Oppenheimer, John Podesta, and Bobby Kennedy. You have mentored me and guided me, and I am so indebted to all of you. I am the ripple of the waves that you set off. Thank you for educating me and putting up with me. I think in that video when they talk about she's relentless, she's persistent, that was a really nice way of saying she's a pain in the ass. The next step was finding a team, and so many people who were on that team are here tonight, so I'm not going to mention everybody by name, but you know who you are, and whether it was Cool Globes or No Tomorrow or one of many campaigns, you raised your hand and got involved and never complained. So thank you for being part of that. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my extraordinary right hand and left hand, Megan Scarcella. As my kids often remind me, Mom, you would be nowhere without Megan, and they are right. When I was thinking about my remarks tonight, I read Robert Kennedy's Ripple of Hope speech. And while climate change was not an issue in 1966, RFK's words were extraordinarily insightful, and they still ring so true today, particularly in the fight against climate change. And I'm going to quote a couple passages. Our answer is the world's hope. It is to rely on youth. This world demands the qualities of youth, not of a time of life, but a state of mind. He goes on to say, for the fortunate amongst us, the danger is comfort, the temptation to follow the easy and familiar path. And everyone here will ultimately be judged and judge himself on the effort he has contributed to building a new world. Those are extraordinary words from an extraordinary man. And I ask that everyone here tonight reflect on those words. As RFK warned, the danger is comfort. And I challenge us all in this room, let us not be lured by the comforts of good fortune, but to use our good fortune to build a better society. As he said, let us participate in building the new world, a better, more sustainable world. We are facing a climate crisis that is an existential threat, and we need all hands on deck. I know that everybody cannot do everything, but everybody can do something. If you're an actor, use your voice. If you're a lawmaker, make legislating on climate change a higher priority. If you work in investments, invest in the future, not in fossil fuels. If you are a parent, teach your children well. Somebody else is not going to solve this problem. We are that somebody. I want to thank you all for supporting RFK Human Rights and for this magical evening.